This is Diane Snyder from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, and I'm here with Martin Freeman to talk about his new BritBox series, The Responder.
I tried to help you, didn't I? I tried to do the right thing, eh? No, but you took the piss. Look, Carl Sweeney was in my house. Babe, listen, Carl Sweeney was in my house with my wife and my daughter, all right? It's not on. You had this the whole time. I'm sorting it now.
Okay, so you gave her back the call for me?
I'm a police officer, Casey. I'm turning it over.
Now, Martin, this series is very different from a lot of police dramas. It's not a procedural. Your character, Chris Carson, is kind of a first responder. What drew you to the series, and why did you want to play this character?
It was just on the strength of the writing. Tony Schumacher's pilot script, which ended up being very similar to our first episode, was just too good for me not to be interested in it. Within a few pages, I knew that this was it was an authentic voice. And by that, I don't just mean, you can tell because he was a copper himself, he was a policeman himself for many years, but it's just as a writer, he wasn't trying to please me as a reader. He was writing what he wanted to write. And I always respond very favorably to that, because he wasn't trying to grab my attention and impress me with loads of, stuff going on. And it was just, he got you to the inner life of this person, Chris Carson, very quickly. So within a couple of pages, you thought, I know what makes this guy tick, and I want in. That's what got me in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, it's an understatement to say he's not in a very good headspace.
Yes.
He's really struggling. And this, there's certainly police officers, and the job of policing has been debated a lot the last couple of years. Did this change the way you thought about the profession at all?
No, to be honest, it didn't. I've always understood the police to be a thankless job, and also a stressful and necessary job that I'm glad someone else is going to do because I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and in playing this character, Chris Carson, there's a lot that happens externally on the show, and there's also that happens a lot internally in his head. There's a lot going on there. What is that like for you as an actor, trying to convey something like that we can't really see?
That's one of my favorite parts of being an actor, actually. It's one of my favorite things, of just like if you can get into someone's head through writing, performance, camera, that's where I want to live, because I like things not to be too spelled out. I like an audience not to be patronized. I like to be part of things that assume a certain amount of intelligence on the part of an audience, and a certain amount of patience on the part of an audience. And I think this show does that. And I like it if you can do that with sometimes fewer words.
There are some funny moments in the midst of all. I'm making it sound like it's very heavy, and it is a very heavy show, but there are some
very
moments.
Intense show, but it does have the requisite amount of, or it has beats which are funny. I mean, not that often from Chris, from my character, but from other characters. Casey and Marco, who are two characters in the show, two young characters. They're desperate people and funny and up against it and in dire straits, but they also have a humor about them. I mean, Tony Schumacher, the writer, has a humor about him. Liverpool has a humor about it as a city, So it would be crazy to have something that was only earnest and intense and dour and downward spirals without having a bit of lightness, because I don't actually think that's how any life works.
Martin, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, and be sure to check out The Responder, now streaming on BritBox.